Look beyond the gates. Spiritual awakening, psychic reading. Look beyond the gates. Now, what I've got in my mind is, it's a bit cliche, but it's a bit like the gates of heaven, these golden gates surrounded by clouds. What this feels like is this feels like a collective who's going through a further awakening. And remember, with awakenings, you don't just have the one, you have lots, okay? So I feel like this collective might have just started astrally traveling. I feel like this collective might have started opening up to their kind of gifts and abilities. If you can be on the go beyond those gates, that will lead to 10 of Cups. Okay. At the moment, Page of Cups in the reverse. You're not really giving yourself a little bit of an opportunity to explore further. Explore further. Yeah, there's so much out there, both in the physical at 11:11 on my laptop timer. There's so much out there, both in here in the physical and in the astral as well. And I feel like this collective, they might have, because my astral work is dark, it's dingy, it's not very nice. I get sent to these weird and wonderful places, normally to demon destroy, but there's a lot of nice stuff out there. The key and the trick is to not get stuck, because I know so many people who start to open up to that, and they go to the nice place, and it's nicer than here on planet Earth, so they spend all their days kind of meditating, and then they start going la la. Right, 10 of Wands in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse, and then we've got that Page of Cups back, this time in the upright position. So this collective's holding on too much to the 3D reality, and it's time to you're holding off on just dipping your toe in the water. Give yourself an opportunity. It's time. Okay, it's time to open up to who you are on a multi-dimensional level. Okay, what you see around you is a farce. It's not real. Okay, this collective has the ability to bend reality around them. And then what I've got in my mind is, it's like the scene from The Matrix with the kid with the spoon. Start embracing that. Release the logic. Okay. You're not, they're saying you're not going insane, and you're not going to go insane. You need to understand that you are energy, and energy flows and bends. Like the waters of a river bends round a rock. I'm going a bit, la la. Keep that in your mind as you press forwards. Keep yourself protected. Keep yourself guarded. I feel like this collective has a little bit of a bad habit of not doing their daily protection, or just doing it low level. If you can keep that up, that protection up, you'll be perfectly safe. You'll be perfectly protected. You need to understand and realize the horrors of the situation, but without fearing it. As soon as the fear starts to take effect, the controlling powers of the system around you takes control. And the aim of the game is to free yourself from that. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Pentacles, right? So that's about energetic balance, right? So as I always say, you have to find this balance between your 3D life and your 5D life, because your 3D life, or I should say astral life, sorry, your 3D life, you're here and now, you've got to pay the bills, you've got to go to work, okay? Some days it's more astral, some days it's more 3D, and the further you go along, the more you find that balance, right? Hanged Man in the reverse, 6 of Swords, World card in the reverse. So what this feels like is, because the Hanged Man for me is a leap of faith card. It's the other leap of faith card. You're looking for guarantees. You're looking for clarity. Now, when you're on a proper, true spiritual path, stuff doesn't easily materialize in the 3D realm. And a lot of it is about taking that leap of faith, having that belief that it is that things are there, or they're going to come, that you can manipulate the matrix, etc., etc. You've got to take that leap of faith, because it feels like this collective, they've kind of got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And again, it's that classic matrix scene, red pill, blue pill. And it feels like they're at that point now where they're being offered the pill. I feel like they do want to push forwards with this spiritual path, but the understanding that it is going to mean leaving certain things, behaviors, patterns, people behind. That's where the pull's coming in, because the problem is the logical mind says, yeah, but if we lost that, what we got, what we got. And it's about having complete trust and faith in source that you're going to be fine. I'm going to come back to that in a second if I remember. Six of Swords, right? You've got to change that mindset. It's okay to be sad that 3D way of living, that 3D reality, you can't unsee it. That's perfectly fine. But at the moment, you're holding on to this old cycle. You're holding on to this old version of yourself, and it needs to be let go of. Now, through what people would say are very unlucky situations in my life, I've been lucky enough to experience that so that I do have full faith in Source. I know that Source has got my back. I know that coming through what I've come through and continuing to press forwards and continuing to lead the charge, that I'll never be left in the shit. There can be blocks put on me. We can play silly buggers where we start attacking my TikTok account. We can spread rumors and lies about me, but I'll never give up. I'll never give up. You know what I mean? I know that Source has got my back. The abundance will come. The rewards will come. It's a game of chess. It's a game of thrones. I don't know if that's going to resonate with anybody, but it's a game of thrones. Okay, there's a lot of false kings and prophets around you claiming claiming what is yours is theirs, and I feel like that's putting doubt in your mind to who you really are. Okay, and that's where these questions are coming in of yeah, but if I go through the forwards with this and I start believing in myself, what if I'm not? What if you are, right? Nine of Cups in the reverse, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Empress card. Right, so Nine of Cups in the reverse, what it feels like is that this collective is keeping them themselves in an old stagnant energy going, yeah, but before I take that leap, and I take that, I can't remember if it's the red or blue pill, if I take that leap and exit the matrix, is there anything else I could have done to bring people with me or to complete something? The simple answer is no. On an emotional level, you've given everything that you can do, and you're just keeping yourself feeling left out in the cold. There is support there, but you've got to lift your head above the parapet. The current situation, Ten of Pentacles, I'm going both ways with this. Number one, you've done everything that you can do. You might not have got any reward out of it, be it energetic, financial, etc. But that's not the task here. The task is to break free. Because when you're on a spiritual path, do you deserve abundance? Yes. Do you deserve a decent wage? Yes. Is it the most important thing? No. Okay. I also feel it's about this understanding that you've got to step out from behind the castle walls. You've got to feel a bit, yes, new paths forward, especially spiritual paths. As I always say, they're dangerous, they're scary, they're not very nice, they're challenging. Everybody's out to get you, everybody's out to pull you down. And it's about being brave enough to go, I'm an empress. I know my worth and value. I've got great power within me, and I deserve my throne. So there you go. Personalized reading, link top of the profile. Same day recorded psychic readings from 15 quid, or you can book phone or video chat from 20. Ta-ta.